If you're an average player, you want to be left alone, all right, because you want to be able to slide by. If you're a good player, you want to be coached. If you're a great player, you want the coach to tell you the truth every day. Did I hustle on that play? Did I make the right read? Did I play the guy with the right leverage? You want to know every play, because you know why? They want to be perfect. Everybody here makes a choice to do one of those three things.
Welcome to the GOAT Consulting Podcast, a podcast dedicated to people striving to be a GOAT, the greatest of all time, serving it up in a way that you can get it in all stages of life.
Hey, I'm Colby Jubenville, and welcome to another episode of the GOAT Consulting Podcast right here in VCE Productions in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes,
While the location has changed, the GOATs and the players are just the same. To my right, the CEO and founder of the GOAT family of brands with his new clothing line, Tyler Burnett. To my left, as always, the GOAT whisperer. He's the calming force, the LinkedIn whisperer.
I can be both.
You can be both.
You do whisper to goats. The calming force to our show. He is sporting a new.
Goats.
He is sporting a new shirt. You want to talk about that shirt? What's that shirt? John Byers, tell us about it.
This is a beautiful shirt of our logo.
Yep.
And we may have a way for you to earn one of these at the end of the show today.
We'll talk about that for sure. So
I requested the gray. I think it looks really sharp on the.
You look good. It's the new lighting in the VCE Productions studio.
Only thing would look better is a black hat, but we'll work on that.
We're getting there.
Okay, I apologize.
Hey, we serve it up in a way that you can get it, just like Waffle House. Everybody is welcome under the yellow sign. We're all about the stages of life and business and career. In our 20s, we get in the game. In our 30s, we move up in the game. In our 40s, we stay in the game because those 30-year-olds are so damn good. In our 50s, we finally say what the research says is we ask ourselves, what is it that I really want? We hope that happens for you today and every time you listen to our podcast. And most importantly, it's about the GOAT. And in sports, it's easy to see. It's those people that are recognized for their greatness, their contribution. What they do elevates everybody else around them. But in business, it's about people that compete on perspective, unique perspective, education, and experience. What they do gives them energy. It gives other people energy. It creates new levels of challenge and new levels of opportunity. And this episode for me is all about giving and getting energy.
Oh.
And new levels of challenge and new levels of opportunity.
More.
Fun and love.
Fun and love and the GOAT of the friendly skies, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this.
So this is our Southwest episode.
Our nod to
Southwest because
thank you for the sponsorship.
The country is opening back up, and we are able to get back out and fly. Ding, you can move around the country. And so we start off every episode by talking about our GOATs. And John, I'm going to turn to you, and you have one for us today that you want to share with our global audience.
I do. I have a very controversial GOAT. It may be the most controversial GOAT that I've shared.
Tito Fuentes.
And all of I'm not sure who that is, but the most controversial GOAT I believe that I've shared to date. And, we talk about a GOAT can be a person, it can be a thing. I think I, at one point with Mel, even shared a GOAT moment.
Mel is a GOAT.
Mel's a GOAT. Go back, listen to GOAT archives. But here's my GOAT for this episode, and I'm going to share why. When I think about Southwest, this ties in really well. My GOAT for this episode is the year 2020. Don't send me your hate mail. I know you want to. We got all kinds of reasons why you can shame me for it, but I'm not going to feel shame from that. 2020 is my GOAT, and here's why. It created an awareness in all of us. I don't care who you are. It created an awareness in all of us about how flexible we really are. Because we are more flexible today in 2021 than we ever would have been had 2020 not happened. Nod to 2020. Thank you. They're my GOAT.
A little adversity. It's amazing what it does for emotional intelligence.
Creates
right?
flexibility.
Where were you when you realized that the world was shutting down?
I have no idea.
Where were you?
When 9/11 happened, or
no?
I can remember that, but I do not remember.
It was a year ago, today.
I know. I was at home and didn't get out for a year. I mean, the whole world shut down. They locked us down. So you're out and free and in the world today, and you look back at 2020 and say, that because of that adversity that you learned this new level of flexibility that you haven't had before?
Well, yeah. So before 2020, 3.4% of people that worked remote. 3.4%. It is projected that because of 2020, by the year 2025, 70% of the workforce will be remote.
70%.
82% now have a choice to work remote that didn't have a choice a year ago. 32% say flexibility is more important to them in choosing a job than a more prestigious title or role.
Awesome.
And 90% say flexibility in work arrangements contributes to the morale, the culture of where they work.
Well, let's talk about the greatest
Enter Southwest.
Enter Southwest. Let's talk about the greatest flexibility you can have when you fly the friendly skies, and that's you get to pick your own seat.
There's so much freedom in that.
So much freedom, and we still have people in.
Not if you're in the sea.
We still have people.
Vanessa one time was C61.
Oh, wow.
Now keep in mind the thing only goes up to 60.
Yeah.
She was the very last one.
Yeah.
Like it didn't even exist.
Well, I'm an A-lister, and I'm proud to say
Yes.
that. And I'm going to
Same.
tell you
I
that
love
creates
it.
a lot of pressure for me because when Katie goes with me, every time she says, "Will you save me a seat?"
Yes.
And that's serious pressure. That's serious pressure.
Are you a
You-
front of the
'cause-
plane kind of guy?
Because you don't want to, like, you're the one that doesn't like do eye contact. You really feel that, don't you?
Yes, I take the bag and I set it there, and then I just stare forward, and you just got to keep moving and get to your seat.
What happens when somebody says, "Sir, can I have that
Seats
seat?"
tight.
I just point to it. There's
You don't say anything.
No,
You just point.
And
He's
so
a mute.
it's so the part that to me is the most fun about going in terms of flexibility on a Southwest plane is when somebody comes up and goes, "I got my ticket here, and it doesn't say where I'm supposed to sit."
Right.
And I love that. I love that.
I love that as well. When I'm in the A group,
There's still people
I love their
that don't
app.
know that these
Yeah.
people
How do you
pioneered.
not know?
Could you imagine being in that room? You're sitting around the room and they go, we fly planes. Let's see. We put them up in the air. They land. We turn them around. We fill them up with gas. And we send them back on. How can we make it faster? I know what we'll do. We'll line them up in 3 groups and they can pick wherever they want to sit. And what they are the king at in terms of flexibility is getting you on the plane, getting you off the plane,
Yeah.
and taking you there directly. All the things that we want and that make them the goat of the skies.
and they let you reschedule.
Oh.
I mean, it's so flexible with that.
Yeah.
The app, I've used a few other airlines apps before, and they are nothing compared to Southwest.
No.
It is so simple.
So
here's
easy.
your number. Where are you at? Where do you want to go? What time you want? Here's how much every flight is. Here's how many points it is if you earn points. I mean,
So
they've really captured this industry.
I'm going to come back on a couple of things that you guys said, but
Well, hold on. He's got to tell us his goat.
Oh, you didn't.
Did Colby give us a goat?
Yes.
lay the goat.
No.
Southwest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're the goat
John,
of the skies.
do not allow that to.
Herb Kelleher, Southwest.
All right. All right. Well, I'm going to go for another person who's done great in another industry.
Slinky.
No.
They were my honorable mention for the goat.
I know you've
so
gravitated to flexibility. I'm
Yeah.
going to go towards somebody who changes the industry or does something really well.
Slinky.
Which is what Herb did. We'll talk about that.
Exactly, and that's what I'm getting at.
I'm glad you
So-
prepared today.
Southwest did something, and they stayed in their lane, and they made it really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think Chick-fil-A, who is my goat, has done a very similar thing. Not tried to get fancy. Southwest is not
They just do
fancy.
chicken.
You get in the plane, you go find your seat, you fly to where you want to go, and you get off and you go.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens at Chick-fil-A. You pull up, you know what you're going to get when you get there. You pay for the food, and they say, "My pleasure."
You cheated. You cheated, folks. He had about 14 different answers before the episode, and we shamed him because he didn't know really
It
what
doesn't
they said.
matter. They just make you feel
So
good.
you cheated and
All
you
right,
looked it up.
everybody pull up your phone right now and see what status you are. Okay?
Southwest?
I'm silver status. That's the highest that you can be with Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
my
Chick-fil-A.
God. That's-
Look how many points I have. 3,680.
Let me just pause you right there. Silver is never the best status you can be in anything. That's second place.
How are
Silver
you
is the
seeing
highest
that?
level on
Count?
Chick-fil-A.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is.
I don't even know how you're seeing that.
Well, right after this, we're doing app school, Chick-fil-A app school.
All right, so I'm going to keep us on track here. I wrote down a few things, and we're not going to camp in. Are you guys with me here? We're not going to camp on all of these, but I will tell you, I wrote down a few things when I think about flexibility, and I can talk about certain components of Southwest dominating all of these, but I just wrote down a few things for me. Why is flexibility important? And I'm not sure if this is the direction we were going to go, but I'm taking us there. Flexibility.
It's Southwest. You're free to move about the country.
So the thing that I feel like they do best is they let go of attachment. When I think about a flexibility, letting go of attachment. Number 2, willing to be wrong. Number 3, don't take yourself so seriously. And they have the best flight attendants on the planet at that. Number 4, follow the prompts. That's something more for me. Number 5, feedback from others. Southwest is so good at those things.
All those.
And when you think about some of the things that we've already talked about, they let go of attachment, and yet they have the highest loyalty of any airline.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second, right? Like, they don't charge change fees. You can cancel up to like 5 minutes before the plane takes off.
Yeah.
They don't charge bag fees. I mean, any of these things, like, other airlines hold you in their grasp and threaten you if you try to change, move. Southwest is like, no, do whatever you want.
I get birthday cards from all these people that I have business relationships with.
I thought you were going to say Southwest. I was really going to feel jealous.
I do, and it's the only one I open. You know why? Because in the birthday card is 5 drink tickets.
When that was a thing.
It's all about the drinks.
You can't have drinks on there anymore.
Well, but I'm saying I looked forward. That was the greatest gift that you could give to me. Every year, I would wait for that, and I would open it up.
And you know what else they started
Who
sending?
sat around and thought? My insurance agent sends me on my birthday a calendar. I called him and I said, David, you send me a calendar again, and I'm switching to somebody else. I have a thing called an iPhone. It's got a calendar on it. Do not send me a calendar.
Mine doesn't send me anything. In fact, I don't hear from him every 18 months, and he says, hey, I know I'm a little late. Your policy's renewed 6 weeks ago.
Well, go
That's
see
what
David
I get.
Wilson.
That's what I get.
I just wanted to make sure you didn't want to cancel, but I already renewed you.
Yeah,
so.
You know the other cool thing that they started sending with those drink tickets is they send a ticket that says you're awesome, and you can give it to the flight attendants when you have great credit or when they do something well, and it gives them some kind of credit to be able to earn things internally.
Yeah.
And those things are like gold to them.
Yeah.
They love them.
Say those 5 things again that you said.
Let go of attachment.
Let go of attachment.
Be willing to be wrong.
Be willing to be wrong.
Don't take yourself too seriously. Follow the prompts.
Follow the prompts.
Feedback from others. When I think about flexibility for myself, which is a big struggle for me, I read a quote recently from another GOAT, John Wooden. He said, flexibility is the key to stability. And it's the opposite of how it feels for me sometimes. I struggle with flexibility because it feels like I'm losing control when the truth is I was never in control in the first place. But that's what I think about in flexibility. Why is it important? Because it prompts these 5 areas of my life. And I think Southwest, they dominate in those areas.
Well, and you know what? Policy starts at the top. It just does. And Herb Kelleher is known for that policy.
Yeah.
And he got his whole group together, and he said, we're going to be good at 2 things, fun and love. He said, we want to have fun. We want our employees to have fun. We want them to wake up and have fun every day at work. We want to have fun with each other. We want to have fun with the customers. He said, the second thing we want to do is love. We want our people to love what they do, love how they do it, and love the customers, and we want the customers to love them.
Yeah.
And he said,
then they created Companion Pass from that too, which is so beautiful. Does anybody else do that? Companion Pass is the best.
I don't fly anybody else. But the takeaway for the audience is that he said this in a meeting. He said, and here's what I've realized. If you have fun at what you do and you love what you do, you can make so much money that you can't count it all. And guess what? Southwest is a profit share company. And so the takeaway
from every employee, pilots to
everybody gets a piece of the pie.
And I don't know how they did it through 2020. I mean, obviously the airlines struggled quite a bit, right? But every month of 2020, I kept getting stuff from Southwest about how they were upping their game during the pandemic.
Yeah.
We're extending your A-list through 2021. We're extending your Companion Pass. to earn statuses, you have to achieve less points. Like, they're going the opposite direction of what a lot of companies are charging more to kind of make up for what was lost. They're swimming upstream.
Yeah.
And
They see the big picture.
And I think about this whole, and again, to me, I sound like a broken record because I keep going back to this. Their ability to be nimble and to flex in some of the most challenging times has yielded a loyalty for me that I'm not sure I didn't think it could increase more than it was, because I've always been a big fan, but it has. I mean, I think about parenting, relationships in the workplace. Flexibility yields loyalty.
Yeah, absolutely. And loyalty was a huge part of what they did and who they are and how he built the blueprint for success. He said this, Kelleher said this on loyalty: the core of our success. That's the most difficult thing for a competitor to imitate. Mm-hmm. They can buy all the physical things. The things you can't buy are dedication, devotion, loyalty, the feeling that you're participating in a crusade.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's who he was as a leader. Just that one, think about that. The ability that you feel like you're in a crusade. You're participating in a crusade. He's also known for keeping things very simple. One of the things he said about strategy is we have a strategic plan. It's called doing things.
It's the best. I love it.
Doing things.
Action,
execution. He's well known for these simple business ideas.
Yeah, what did he say? He said, I remember he said something about about spending money. Think small, act small, and we'll be big.
Yeah,
he said something like that.
Think big, act big. Yeah, and that's part of who Southwest is, right? If you look at the legacy that he's left, all those things still hold true today. Mm-hmm. So not only did he have the vision to say, this is how we're going to move forward, he had the ability to say, and we're going to put it inside of our people, the DNA inside of our people.
And they do.
And they do it every time. The first place you look when you know you have to travel, where's the first place you look?
Southwest.
And what's the reason why? They can get you there direct.
Freedom has created loyalty.
Get in and get out. We look at Chick-fil-A, and they have some of the same sort of ideas, right?
They do.
Values-driven companies. Values-driven companies. Well, those 5 things, those are so critical to the success.
To me, I almost feel like the biggest, I feel like I'm ranking them again, but I almost feel like one of the most important ones I might add or say is that whole letting go of attachment. They give their customers the ability to leave, and yet it creates the opposite effect. That's what's so fascinating about what they do.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating. So they let go of attachment. They're willing to be wrong. Don't take yourself so seriously. Follow the prompts. Feedback from others. And I think they do them so well.
Well, when I look at how people are developed, and that's what I spend a lot of my time doing, and what people want from work, what I see is that they want 4 things. They want opportunities to learn, grow in responsibility, contribute to others, and be recognized.
Yeah.
And what I think that Kelleher saw was the ability to do that around this idea of fun and love. We just recently went out I spoke in Pensacola, and one of the flight attendants, a male flight attendant, I always sit in the exit seat. You know, the one where you can kick your feet out?
Okay.
Right there.
Yep.
Here's the exit seat.
Yep.
It's the one.
The exit row. Sir, are you strong enough to open the door?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I call that the Southwest First Class. And so I'm sitting my bag there, and he goes, "Hey, are you waiting on somebody?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, I asked somebody that once before, and they lied to me. And I got really upset with it. I said, "Well, no, you'll know when she walks to the door. She's a really tall, blonde-headed woman. She'll make an entrance. You'll know who she is." He goes, "Here's what we're going to do. Take your jacket." He took my jacket. I'd taken it off and set it there as my vest. And he said, "I'm going to put it over me, and let's see if she gets mad at you and tries to get me to move." So he sits down. He takes the vest like he's asleep, and he pulls it over him. And so Katie's walking in, and she's like, "What?" She's mouthing it. I'm like, "I can't do anything. He just sat down here." She's like, "Well, I was going to sit next to you." You can see her mouthing it. And so she walks
That's
up,
funny.
and he stands up and goes, "Were you waiting on this seat?" Fun and love.
Fun and love.
You have fun with your customers.
I've met some cool people on some Southwest flights too. All different, different kinds of people.
Isn't it interesting how that probably? I mean, people feel that as they get onto the plane to cause that kind of thing to happen, right?
Where else can you?
It's infectious.
Where else can you, as an employee, say, I'm going to screw with the people that are our customers? I mean, it's got to be a great feeling. I'm going to screw with them and have fun with them. But if you have fun and you love what you do and you love your customers and they love you, you can make so much money you can't count it all.
It's hilarious.
And that's still where we are today.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna share something that may break your heart. Silver is not the highest status.
Red is. Right.
It's red.
Yeah, I mean,
so you have 3,000 points. I just want you to see what the highest status is.
Wow.
That is almost 11,000 points.
Is there a way that you can gift in there? Because I'd like to.
What does that have to do with anything? I'm not gifting it away.
Maybe you could buy us lunch on the way out today. How about
Chick-fil-A.
Actually, actually, you're wrong. I just see red is third out of fourth.
Thank you.
Signature member is the top.
What color
Red
is
member is second.
Yep.
Silver member is third. So our guy over here is third.
Thank you.
And I'm just a plain old member.
All right.
Wait, so I'm behind him?
Yes. You
felt so good about
11,000 to
yourself.
3,000.
Well, you got 4 kids.
Yes, it does make a big difference. We can't go to Chick-fil-A for less than $30.
Yeah.
I can't go anywhere for less than $30.
I feel sad
I know you
about it.
can't either.
So, well, my family eats Nutella and Chick-fil-A at a level that it's not really sustainable, but we'll talk about that in the next episode.
All right.
Next time you get on a plane, we hope you look at Southwest. They have fun and they love everybody. Next time that you decide that you're going to eat healthy, we hope that you'll do it at Chick-fil-A. The one in Murfreesboro, we've got 2. The one in Murfreesboro has a traffic cop that sits out in front of it and directs traffic. And so one day I was take Jack every day. Dad can go to Chick-fil-A. He's like 8 years old. And so I go past the traffic cop and I said, man, these people have got it really figured out, don't they? He's got those mirror shades on. You know, the mirror ones from back in the 80s. And he said, they are very blessed. That's all he said. That's all he said. We parked the car. It's raining that day. We parked the car. The woman comes out with an umbrella branded with Chick-fil-A, walks us from the car to the restaurant.
They bought into the win-win.
I'm fully convinced had Chick-fil-A been in charge, I mean, first of all, the coronavirus testing would have all been cleared within days. Everybody on the planet would have had a vaccine by now that wanted it. Yeah. They would have been done.
Well, as Tyler once told us, they didn't invent the chicken. They invented the
chicken sandwich.
And for that, we're off to Chick-fil-A to get our chicken sandwiches.
Yes,
with John's buying. I'm Colby Jubenville, and for Tyler Burnett and John Byers. And if you will tell us on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever, if you'll tell us where your favorite location,
who your favorite speaker is,
favorite location of your Chick-fil-A, or if you've got a great Southwest story, we'll send you a. Do we want to autograph it or just send them out?
No, let's autograph it. I'm going to up the ante, too.
Okay. And if you put a Chick-fil-A gift certificate?
If you post this on some multiple platforms and it gets over 100 likes, we will fly you to any destination via Southwest.
Wow.
Not we. I will do it because I'm not going to throw you guys under the bus in that.
No.
We will do it.
I'm going with them.
Colby will go with you.
We'll all go with them.
100 likes, multiple platforms.
And if it's an early flight, we'll get you some Chick-fil-A as long as it's not on Sunday. I'm Colby Jubenville for Tyler Burnett and John Byers, and for Chick-fil-A and Southwest. This is the Go Consulting Podcast.